Ah, ah. I usually don't do this type of stuff, and I don't think this is going to be a constant on the channel at all. So let me go over what's going to happen in this future episode of Smack Raw in a couple of hours. So, big things to come coming up to this episode of Raw with our kind of our chief executive being Paul Heyman. I think he's done a decent job trying to make the show at least be constantly entertaining into actually making what seems to be a faction with Seth Rollins, what seems to be a personal feud with the United States Championship on the line with Rey Mysterio and Andrade, making this personal. Brock Lesnar, the world champion, being a major factor in the biggest pay-per-view of the year. Andrew McIntyre and Randy Orton and AJ Styles, some of the top guys in the company, being the wild cards into this. And I feel like this is going to be the most built up Monday Night Raw we're going to see come this year. Because I feel like everything is a threat. And I feel like SmackDown has forgot the virtue of that ever since premiering back on October. I feel like the Raw has too many championships by now. They don't know the things to build, and I don't really care about the uh, storyline with Bobby Lashley, Rusev, Lana, and now Liv Morgan. That's intervened as what's supposed to be a female for a past female lover of Lana. And she's like, never again. And it's just gonna continue to hurt my head to like degree. And all I can say is I hope this episode lives up to at least a few expectations, that at least the matches are good, the hype for the Rumble, becomes even better, the build up for everybody to be a factor. Because other than the prime factor of a top guy that we wish could win it, not everything. You guys got to take this with a grain of salt. Nobody you want to win is gonna win the Royal Rumble. And that's a hard pill to swallow for some, but for me, it's a simple Monday and Friday. So, uh, mm-hmm. I don't expect much. The ladder match with Rey Mysterio, he has a history of good Rey Mysterios, i.e., Rey Mysterio has a history of good ladder matches, i.e., him and Eddie Guerrero, SummerSlam 2005. Please look that up. Him in a Money in the Bank. Him when he had a triple threat match for the WWE title. I think it involved. No, that was with CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, and Miz, and that was a TLC match. Scratch that off, but Rey Mysterio has, history of actually performing well in a ladder match. So get ready for fun. So that will be maybe the highlight of the show, if it's botchy. That I feel like it's not going to happen. Hopefully, it'll come up to be a good episode. I have not much high angst for Brock Lesnar, and they're showing up here in sports Sekia is there's going to be from a 6-month return to the ring for some wrestler. I don't care. The return might be underwhelming as hell, like Apollo Crews returns after he didn't wrestle back in November, so it makes no sense. Yeah, there seems to be some up points. Rollins is trying to build a faction. Lesnar is going to be a major part of the show, and he's been showing up for the past 2 weeks, so that's that's unholy. The ladder match with Andrade and Rey Mysterio might steal the show. McIntyre's going to be in another impromptu match, it looks like. And there might going to be a surprise appearance on Raw to see them randomly announce that they're going to be in the Royal Rumble, other than just appearing at the Royal Rumble. Morrison said he was going to do it as well, but he showed up weeks before the Rumble. See how undersold it is. Still, it's great to see John Morrison, but still, kind of squandering your stay here if you're going to return to WWE. At least make it feel unacceptable. I mean, it's either that or just watch a boring program with The Miz screaming his way to another babyface promo, and you know how uncomfortable I am the with the Miz trying to actually feel like he is a kind-hearted individual that likes the fans, even though still having a cinematic Hollywood buff persona. So that makes no fucking sense in my book. So yeah, a lot going into Raw. At least this at least has a big high octane match with title defense. Something the Intercontinental Championship doesn't usually do that often. A storyline that they're building up and maybe concluded soon, and a one-off finish with hyping up the top contenders for the Royal Rumble. So at least this has more, shockingly, this feels better to build up for than SmackDown has done with the Royal Rumble, because all they do is The Miz and John Morrison and Bray Wyatt's whatever the fuck feud they're having with Daniel Bryan and uh, Bayley and Lacey Evans babyface. I don't know how that works. That just feels awkward. It feels forced that you need a baby face to go over a heel, other than making. Well, it makes sense why Sasha Banks is a heel, but why is she a lackey for the women's champion? That makes no sense, especially when she gives a title like boss, you're a leader. People work for you. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not that difficult to make a title mean something. Come on. Tycoon persona for JBL, and he literally made it work. He even had a legit cabinet that helped him hold on to the WWE Championship. Makes sense, right? Evolution, like, ran over Raw, had a faction. Boss, Sasha Banks, she she's friends with Bayley and helps her hold the title. And gotta stop an old outdated feminist gimmick from NXT. Like, none of that feels like any sort of interesting to you on SmackDown. Like Raw, at least they have something. They have something. So I'll give it that. Hopefully Raw doesn't disappoint. So that'll be coming off from me. Hopefully you liked my little preview. I'm gonna be doing this again. Thanks. It's the most hype episode of Raw maybe for the year so far. So hopefully you guys are ready. Cause I'm not. Thank you for watching.